Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're plunging into Ali Hazelwood's upcoming novel, Problematic Summer Romance, based on the excerpts you sent over.
That's right.
You've asked us to kind of unpack what makes this story tick, especially how it deals with all those messy, complicated feelings around modern love and finding yourself.
Exactly. Our mission here is to dig into the insights in Maya's story.
Mm-hmm.
You know, how she faces her past, this really unconventional romance,
Mm-hmm.
and tries to build a life that actually feels right for her. We're going to look at family, friendship, and what this problematic connection really means.
And hopefully show you how these pieces make the story feel richer and more real.
Definitely.
Okay, so, as you know, the story drops us right into it. Maya Kilgore is at her brother Eli's wedding. Destination wedding, no less. Taormina, Sicily. Beautiful.
Sounds idyllic, but she's not happy.
Not at all. She's actually thinking about faking an illness to get out of it. Her friend Jade even has this, perfect formula for a fake sickness.
The 3 C's, right? Cringe, contagious, and quick.
Exactly. So this immediate resistance, even though Eli's being super generous, flying people out, what does that tell you about Maya right away?
Well, it's a huge tell, isn't it?
Yeah.
She's a grad student living in Austin, so this isn't just, skipping a party.
Right.
It's a whole week, family, friends.
Right.
And clearly there are things, or maybe people, she desperately wants to avoid. It sets up her whole witty, slightly cynical voice perfectly.
And avoidance target number 1 shows up pretty fast. At the airport. Connor Harkness.
Ah, yes, Connor.
You read that bit where her heart just drops. She thinks, the exact person I hoped to avoid.
Mm-hmm. Eli's friend works in finance. She describes him as kind of sharky, impatient, sometimes mean.
Even when he's not in a suit, just casual pants and a t-shirt, still intimidating to her.
And that confusion over Eli's text message.
Yeah.
Driver is picking up you guys, was the other guy. It just amps up her anxiety about
Yeah,
it.
you feel that tension immediately.
You do. It screams complicated history. Even that first brief meeting, it hints at so much more going on beneath the surface.
Avoidance versus unavoidable closeness. That seems to be the setup.
Pretty much. It really drives her whole journey through the story.
So let's dig into why she's so avoidant. It's not just typical wedding drama. Her past is heavy.
Very heavy. She left Austin for Scotland when she was, almost 17?
Yeah, to escape what she calls the black hole of her worst memories. Both her parents died within 2 years. Really young.
Yeah, devastating. And how did she cope initially? You mentioned that earlier.
Rage. That's what the text says. It was the only thing that, quote, lent her air, let her function.
Wow. So she acted out, pushed people away, defied Eli.
Seems like it, but moving to Scotland, even though it was an escape, it sounds like it was actually a good move. Forced her to grow up.
Right? It gave her space. Her therapist had that great line.
Oh, yeah. Built a nice adulthood over the ruins of a shitty adolescence.
That's powerful. It's not just bouncing back. It's like actively building something new from the wreckage. Real post-traumatic growth.
And you see that when she comes back to Austin at 20. She's different. Mm-hmm. Doing her master's in physics at UT, reconnecting with friends like Jade.
Taking up ice skating again, doing goat yoga.
Right. It's like she's consciously trying to create a good life, being mindful, not just reacting to the past. It shows real depth.
Okay, but then there's Connor. The problematic core, as the outline calls it. She tries to avoid him,
They
but...
keep getting thrown together. It's inevitable, really.
And we find out she's sorta openly lusted after him for years.
Yeah.
Joked about it with Eli, but
Yeah.
the feelings were real underneath.
Yeah, seems that way. Which makes it even tougher when, 10 months before the wedding, he's the one who cuts things off.
Right. Says he's starting to see someone, this Avery person, and he doesn't want their relationship misconstrued.
And that phrasing tells you a lot. Maya's hurt shows her feelings are way past just lust.
Definitely.
And Connor's reasons. The new girlfriend. Yeah, but also this whole thing about their connection being problematic, the age gap. He's worried about how it looks, like he'd be taking advantage.
Exactly. He literally says, I am not going to sleep with you. He feels this responsibility, this potential power imbalance, because she's 22 and he's not.
Well, Maya calls him out on it, right? She's like, hang on, I'm an adult. I can make my own choices.
She does. Calls his attitude infantilizing.
And that line, if I can vote, then I can also decide who I want to fuck. Pretty blunt.
It is. She directly challenges him. Even brings up his father's view on relationships always being about power. Asks if he believes that too.
So it becomes this real clash over agency.
It really does. And it forces you, the listener, to think about these power dynamics, right? age, money, experience. How do we deal with them? And Connor's clearly torn up about it. He admits he's attracted to her, visibly turned on, says she's been the best thing in his life, even when they weren't really in it.
Wow, so he's fighting it hard.
Totally. I try not to think about her, he says, but it works not once. It's all self-denial, trying to manage appearances.
And he stopped drinking around the same time he broke things off.
Yeah, which suggests this is part of a bigger effort to get control, maybe control his feelings about her. The dialogue really shows you their internal struggles so effectively.
Okay, so amid all this personal drama, the wedding week itself sounds like chaos, pure chaos.
Oh, absolutely. Starting with the staffing.
The mass food poisoning.
Yeah.
From some NHL players' slushy.
Yep, Axel's slushy leads to everyone retching like a garden hose. Even the local doctor confirms it's Staphylococcus aureus.
Oh, man. So why all this chaos? Just for laughs?
Well, it's funny, but it does more than that. It acts as this great equalizer, this backdrop that kind of strips away all the polite BS.
Right, forces real interactions.
Exactly. And then Mount Etna erupts, Europe's most active volcano.
Yeah.
Airport closes.
Seriously? Wow. Talk about dramatic.
Adds this almost apocalyptic vibe, doesn't it? And it forces Eli and Rue to have this impromptu wedding in a park, officiated by some random town worker named Salvatore.
It just shows how plans go out the window, but sometimes something beautiful comes out of the mess.
That's the point, I think. The chaos makes space for authenticity.
And speaking of chaos, there's the dog plot line. Tiny, the 200-pound mutt.
Ah, Tiny, yes. He goes missing.
And Maya and Connor team up to find him on a scooter.
On a scooter, which leads to Tiny getting stranded on an island, Isola Bella, by the tide. So Maya, being Maya, just jumps in the water to swim out to him, fully clothed.
Of course she does, and she gets stung by a jellyfish.
Yep, which leads to that moment with the housekeeper, Lucrezia.
Don't tell me. The peeing suggestion.
The infamous pee on the jellyfish sting suggestion for Connor.
Oh my God. Awkward, but also weirdly intimate.
Exactly. It's absurd, but it completely breaks down barriers.
Yeah.
These crazy events, the food poisoning, the volcano, the dog rescue, they actually push Maya and Connor together.
Instead of driving them apart.
Right. Finding Tiny, and then later they adopt Biddy, this stray dog Tiny made friends with.
Yeah.
It builds this little found family dynamic between them. It shows healing.
And you see other relationships shift too, like with her brother Eli. He finds out she's not doing the PhD.
Yeah, Paul kind of spills the beans, and Eli gets mad at Paul for outing her, not at Maya for her choice. He's just incredibly proud and protective.
That must have meant a lot to Maya, especially after worrying about disappointing him.
Huge. It shows that familial love and acceptance, despite her unconventional choices.
Which brings us to the big revelations near the end. Connor finally spills.
He does. Admits he's been in love with her since day one. Called her the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen.
Wow. So all that pushing away
Was because of the age gap, his hang-ups about his father's bad relationships, feeling like he shouldn't want her.
and then that detail about the music streaming service, paying for hers, getting alerts.
Isn't that something? Seeing what she listens to is almost like being together. It shows how deeply connected he felt, even while keeping this huge distance. It's kind of sweet, kind of intense.
Very intense. But he decides to stop fighting it.
Yeah, he basically says, look, we've drawn these lines, maybe they should be crossed, so be it. He stops moving the goalposts.
And he even suggests she be in charge of their dynamic. That's a big shift for him.
Massive. It shows he finally trusts her judgment, trusts her adulthood. He accepts their connection, not just the idea of what's problematic.
It really challenges that label, doesn't it? Maybe the biggest problems were the ones they created themselves.
I think that's a key takeaway. Internalized judgments, fear.
Hmm.
Those were the real barriers.
And Maya gets her own clarity, too. Not just with Connor, but with her career.
Right. She had these amazing physics. PhD offers MIT, Sanchez, but turns them down.
Secretly deferred them, actually, to teach elementary school in Austin.
A completely different path.
Yeah.
And telling Eli, facing that fear, but he embraces it.
Which solidifies everything for her. Her path, her relationship with her brother.
And ultimately, her relationship with Connor. He comes to Austin. They make it work.
He proposes.
He does. A future built not on avoiding problems, but on facing them with honesty. It shows how resilience isn't just surviving. It's about rebuilding yourself, like her therapist said.
So wrapping this up, what's the big picture for you, the listener, taking this all in?
Well, I think problematic summer romance, at least from these excerpts, really shows that growth comes from confronting the messy stuff, right? Challenging your own ideas about what's supposed to happen.
Yeah, redefining what well-adjusted or right even means for you personally.
It's about vulnerability, having the guts to choose a path that isn't maybe the standard one.
And seeing that real connection can happen because of the chaos, not in spite of it, if you're honest.
Exactly. Seeing beyond the label, the problem, to the actual love underneath.
It really makes you think. Maybe embracing the trouble parts of ourselves, our relationships, is where the real beauty lies.
Perhaps the next time you label something in your own life problematic, it's worth pausing, Maybe it's just different, an opportunity you didn't expect.